Good morning, everybody. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is the 27th of May, and this is Chart of the Day video number 153. Welcome. How are you? Before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you know that you won't see this for a couple of weeks. And I've also had some requests for Serenade, which I intend to do in what I hope will be the next Chart of the Day video. That one's going to take a little more time. There's a lot of threads. And I have already chosen my fabric, so when I've already done that, it's harder for me to get out of my head and look at other options. So it's going to take me a little while to get to it, but I will get to it, I promise. Today's video is going to be about a chart that's in the Hello Spring book from Teresa Kogut. So it's from this book, which I was looking at the other day in the shop. And because I really hadn't had time to really look at the designs in here, and I ran across, let me find it, the Sweet Wren pattern. And I was looking at it and thinking to myself, that's a lot of blue. And then I looked at the color key, and I didn't see any blue in it, so I decided to pull the colors. And what I found was the color palette really doesn't look a whole lot like the picture. Do I have something just plain white I can show you? Probably not. Let me get a piece of board out. That'll work. So this is the color palette for that picture. As you can see, there is no blue in it whatsoever. Which I thought was very interesting, and just goes to show you cannot ever go by a picture. Never ever go by a picture. Again, I will show you the picture. This clearly looks like a very light, bright blue, but in reality it is gray. So I thought I would go ahead and do since I had the floss pulled, I thought I would go ahead and do a Chart of the Day video on it, and perhaps people were avoiding that because of the color palette. I also thought it was kind of an odd choice for that pink fabric. And again, I have no idea. The color is called Persimmon from Fiber on a Whim. I don't have persimmon. I have no idea what persimmon looks like, so I'm not going to judge it on the picture because obviously the picture's not real accurate. So I've just pulled some pinkish fabrics, and then I pulled some fabrics that I like, and we're just going to play with fabric a little bit today. Beginning with, this is 30s. I should give the information. So the chart is called Sweet Wren. It's towards the back of this book. The stitch count is 97 by 97. So it's not a very large piece, and the called for fabric is 32 count. So I focused more on 32 count because I really don't, 36s and 40s are going to make it smaller, which some people don't like. So we're just going to work with what I have here. And the first one is 36 count atypical from I can't remember who it's from. What is it? Mystic Fabrics. It's a blend of neutrals and has a splash of pinky, orange, salmony, and I thought the colors would look really good on there. So it looks something like that. And would be very pretty and give you somewhat of that persimmon look without being totally and completely pink or red or whatever color it truly is. I pulled 36 count earthen, which has kind of pink undertones, but it also has a lot of brown to it. It's not my favorite, I'll be honest. I don't think it does much for the colors, but I thought I'd show it to you as an option. This next one is 18 count crepe Ada, which has also got a pinky blush to it, but a more yellow base. And I thought that could work well. And then my pick, if I were going to choose, this is Seraphim, by the way. My pick, if I were going to choose something to look like the picture, would be 32 count Harvest Blessings from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. I don't have a ton of it, but it looks like that, which is kind of a, you know, a beige background, and again some of that salmony, terracotta, whatever color you want to call that, reddish background. And I think that would be very pretty if you wanted that look. I was showing this to a couple ladies at Stitching on Saturday, and this was one of their favorite picks if they wanted that pinkish look. Okay, I also chose just one neutral because I didn't think neutrals did much for the colors. But this is 18 count Wren from Picture This Plus. Very neutral, but I thought it was just kind of flat with the colors. But I do realize that there are people out there who prefer to stitch on neutrals, so I threw one in. These next ones are all on the blue side. I laid these colors on blues and I really thought it made them kind of sing. Just my opinion. You can disagree with me if you'd like. The first one is 40 count Silver Fox from Fiber on a Whim. And it looks like that. Just very pretty, in my opinion. It's very pretty. I also have the Silver Fox in 18 count Ada. Okay, I lied. I didn't do predominantly 32 or 16. I must have been dreaming that part. So here it is on the Ada Silver Fox. It is a little more blue than my 40 count. I don't know if you can tell that out here or not. But it is a little bit more blue The 40 count has a little more green to it, which, since I'm a green girl, I would like. Next up is 32 count stonewashed from Seraphim. It is blues with some splashes of kind of a warm browns. Let me see. Fold it this way so you can see it. And I think it would, oops. Oh, there. I think it would look good that way also, if you wanted something a little lighter and brighter. And finally, which is probably my pick, if I were going to stitch this would be my pick, I think. It is Dusk from Fiber on a Whim. Let me hold it up by itself first, but I'm going to open it up bigger. So it's a dark blue. Looks like this. Looks like that. And I really like the look of that. I think the colors just look fantastic. It wouldn't be a bright springtimey picture. It would be more like a nighttime, evening, dusk type picture, but I like it a lot. And that's all the fabrics I have for this one. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is a really nice book. I don't know if you've really had a chance to see it or not, so I'm going to flip through and show you the actual different charts that are in it. The first one is this cottage bouquet, which I think is really pretty. And I feel like I need to pull the fibers for that and see if they're as pretty as they look in this picture. I'm a little concerned, since that other one was so off, that this one might be too. Then there's the cottage house. A couple of the ladies like this one. There's Home Sweet Home. I like the look of this one, but I really like this bottom band on it. This down here. That would be so pretty as a, like even in a drum. It would be very pretty. Or it's just a band on the front of a box, you know, a trinket box or something like that. But I like the picture too. But this is just gorgeous on that black. I love it. What was that? That was called The Buzzing of the Day. Then there's Strawberry Delight. Also stitched on black with the reds. Yeah, I'm a black and red girl, so I think this is really pretty too. I like how she puts her, or marks her middle with the red lines. It's so much easier to see. I really like how she does that. Don't steal this chart. That's only part of it. You can't get the rest of it. Don't try and steal her chart. I'm just pointing out that I really like how she does that. Cherry Jubilee. Teresa works really hard, so don't try and copy the chart. I like this one too. I think a different fabric would make me happier, and I'm, you know, not a big fan of words. But I like the chart. I'd probably, if it were me, I think what I would do is cut it off right above the bird tail. Leave this out, and this here. Bring this down, leave this out, and just bring it across there and make a smaller little picture, if it were me. There's a lot of birds in this. Stitcher Strawberries is up next. This one got a lot of interest when the picture was shown for market previews. It's really pretty. And then we have the Sweet Wren, which I showed you. And that's it. That's the book. So there's quite a few really nice patterns in here. The book is spendy at $30, but you know, I saw at least 3. The Cottage Bouquet, the one with the band on it, and the Stitcher's thing that I would really like. So I think it's well worth the $30 if you saw it, even 2 or 3, because this alone, it's a big picture. So that first chart alone is probably in today's world at least a $15 chart. $1.99 by $1.98. So it's not a small one. So it's well worth the $30, I think, if you see at least 2 to 3 that you like in that. So that's it for the fabric show. Can you hear that mourning dove? Birds are singing really pretty. Birds. Just a minute, I'm gonna cough, so I'm gonna pause you. I'm back. Sorry about that. We need a question of the day, which, since it's Memorial Day, although you'll be seeing this later, do you do anything special on Memorial Day? Do you have a family picnic? Do you go to the cemetery? Do you lay on your deck and suntan all day? Just curious what you do. It's never been a real big thing in our family. None of Mom's or Dad's relatives lived in Omaha, so there's no one that is buried here that they would go and visit, and it's several hours to go to where they are visited or buried, so it never really happened that we would go to the cemetery or anything, which is, I think, why I'm not real big on cemeteries and visiting. We were just never raised that way. We don't usually have a family thing. It's usually just kind of a quiet day where we do things like household chores, or sometimes we sit on the deck, or Dan's working on the pantry and I'm working on videos. So, but I'm curious what your Memorial Day plans were, and if you do anything on the regular, you know. So, thanks for watching. I would appreciate you commenting, and I will see you in the next video. You take care until then. Bye-bye.